Okay, I think I'm live. Mic thing says I'm there. How's everybody doing? Good afternoon in my part of the world and what it is in your part of the world. Rock617 back today and for the 5th year in a row with WrestleMania the arcade game. This game's been a pet game of mine for a really long time. It was one of the first games I ever won CC'd back in God, I think I did it back at an arcade machine, probably in the mid-90s. Learned even more about it once emulation became a thing. And now that we have the Coin-op Classic, I've just done my best to make sure I have a different character ready every year. For the past 4 years, I've managed 1CCs with half the cast, so there's only half the cast left, and I promised that I would keep playing this every year as long as A, it's accepted, and B, until I lose the credit. Hasn't happened yet. As always, playing the game on the impossible difficulty as per the category. It's not an actual category, but it's nice to acknowledge that highest is being obtained here. Everything else just feels too slow to me. I understand how the AI works when it's on that level, so that's just how I choose to play. So for this year's run, I was down to 2 characters. There was Doink, and there was Shawn Michaels. Doink is probably the better character because he has a busted infinite, but Shawn's definitely more fun to play and has more history in this game, so I'm going to play him. We're going to start on the WWF Championship. Let's see how this looks. So things to note about Shawn, he doesn't really have a ton of versatility in this game. He's primarily in this game to just be like a fast archetype. However, he has some setups that do a ridiculous amount of damage, like that one right there. Which leads me to what I mentioned about Shawn being a big part of the history of this game. He used to be the character of choice for the speedrun. Console versions, because the arcade version doesn't have a speedrun. But Shawn just doing knee or shove into snap kick into baseball slide was the entire run. Like, it just does so much damage all as one sequence that you can just tear through the opposition. And it was not hard to do, not hard to set up. Some exceptions aside, but I'll get to those. Razor is actually one of the easiest characters to do it on. He and Bret Hart, for some reason, have extended hit stun after taking moves like the knee. So being able to set up the snap kick on them is essentially free. Quick temper tantrum. So I'll take us after our first one. Also through this run, there's a couple of things I'm going to be doing my best to maintain. Rank in this game gets obtained through a number of ways. One way I make a mistake on quite a bit is accidentally getting a perfect. Perfect runs add a lot of rank. I dropped an input there. There we go. Let's see what Taker's got for us. So the timing and catching the slide on every character is different. Out of the 8 characters, 5 of them are roughly the same and are generally the easiest. Those 5 are Razor, Bret, Undertaker, Yokozuna, and Shawn Michaels, so the mirror match. And then Doink, Luger, and Bam Bam all have adjusted timings. Bam Bam, you have to wait a little bit longer. Doink, you have to fire it a little bit earlier. And Luger's I still haven't figured out, which is why he's one of the actual gatekeepers of the road. I did not mean to do that. Shawn also has a really good dropkick, and we can kind of just throw this out for offense sometimes. Sometimes they just eat it. There we go. Go for the elbow drop. Drop the bow. Twin razors again. This seems incorrect. They're going to be a little more difficult now, though, since we're on Tower 3, so maybe this will be not super slow. Still got a full screen. Good stuff. Nice punish. Leave me alone. I'm actually going to go inside for this one. Being on the left side, the outside of the ring is pretty rough. That's not what I wanted at all. He crossed over the other side of me to make me drop the input. That was cute. Similar to trying to cross up a Gal player to make them drop a back charge. Unfortunate. There we go. Jab for the pin. So you're going to see I'm going to start off almost every match with this code red. If I can catch him, sweet. That's not easy to do. I just practiced it. Those moves are unblockable, so the only way to really stop them is to anti-air them. Let's see what we can do here. So we're gonna go another setup here. Yeah, that one's a little tougher. Yeah, their rank is pretty high if they're doing stuff that quickly. So I have to basically maintain some offense here. Sean, unfortunately, doesn't have a whole lot else to offer in terms of his moveset. But the strings of moves he can pull together, as I've shown, work out pretty well. Okay, so here's where things are going to get dicey. Of all 8 characters, for numerous reasons, Luger is the one I had the most trouble with when playing as Sean, and he's one of the reasons I think the Sean run is mildly unsafe. I'll probably end up having to fight him 1v1, so hopefully I'll be able to show that off. Okay, Doink's supposed to be early, but it didn't work there. Okay, I got it late. Okay, maybe I was wrong then. Okay, so a couple issues with Luger. Gonna do this. We go for the snap kick. His hip toss has priority over anything I do as long as he lunges forward far enough. So generally what I have to do with Luger is drop kicks. It's kind of annoying, but it's necessary. His hip toss has a really high hitbox and works really well as an anti-air, which is really good against Sean. Oh, hey, the backwards run. Nice glitch. Get out of here. You didn't touch me. You had iframes. All right, fine. Douche. That was pretty far. All right, now that's out of the way. Back to the clown. Not sure what I'm going to do with Doink. Probably just try to pile on some damage. He can block that. It's just very rare that they do, as long as you're fast enough. Brett and Razor can't block it. Nice joy buzzer. Other characters can, but if you're able to time it within a proper enough window, they usually don't. Alright, on to our 1v3s. That's not what I wanted at all. Oh, jeez, that puts the run in jeopardy. Okay, so this game, similar to what came earlier in Mortal Kombat 3, has combat codes. Except these work in one player, and one that I actually just put on turns off blocking. So that's going to be interesting. That means they can't block, but it also means I can't either. So we might have to play it a little defensively here. I disagree, King. Alright, Yoko being off camera is a little rough here. Yeah, so you're not blocking at all. There we go. See if I can take advantage with that. Rough. Yeah, you did it. I'm proud of you. Just get in some damage here. Okay. Okay, back to no blocking. Unfortunate. That did a lot of damage. Lucky break. Hurricanrana was just close enough to the ropes to be able to toss him out. A little far away. This is why I don't like being on the left side of the ring. It causes farther pushback than it normally would. And that's really, really bad for Sean because his setups require pretty specific distances. I'm gonna have to maintain this here. Very low in health. Okay. He taunted, we got lucky. I'm okay with that. Go for the Frankensteiner because it does really good damage. Big whiff. You don't want to tag out, that's fine. You'll notice I'm going out of the ring a lot. This is normal for 1CCs this game because that way we get to separate the AI and try to divide and conquer. Usually works pretty well. So for those that wish to avoid turning off no blocking in the future, don't mash block on the versus screen. That's how I got that. Smash punch and kick instead. Okay, much better. Move names on is fine. That's purely cosmetic. Up we go. Alright, so Taker's been giving me some problems this week. He might prove to be an issue. Luger always gives Sean problems. Snap away. Getting very lucky here. He's not hip tossing me. We take those. Our Taker should be able to combo. His hip toss has really good anti-air capability too, so if I'm slow, I might miss it. Stupid corner. Get out of here.
I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Give the knee. Reason I go for the knee is because it's not much damage, but it is really safe. They can interrupt it, but they usually don't. They have to be really, really fast to do it. Like, I'm generally mashing by the time I do that. You can hear that there. Sweet. Caught him off the axis. Nope. All right, there we go.
No one can touch it.
Regular FGC mode. Cute.
Federation.
So when they go for that taunt, that means they're trying to give themselves a damage buff. The next move that they perform will do 4 times the normal amount of damage. That can lead to some pretty disgusting things, but if you make any contact with them before they're able to hit you, they lose the boost. So if I see someone taunt, I make it a priority to try to hit them as quickly as possible. The taunt's completely open. They can't block during it or anything like that. Just go on with some high flyer stuff. I don't want to fight Luger out here. Nice. There was no way he was blocking that. Yeah, that's pretty high on the AI scale. Good job. Yeah, that wasn't going to work either. Let's see what I can do here. I might not be able to catch that. Yeah, not quite, but I had iframes on the way down, so I didn't take damage. Really fast. This is normal for Luger when he's like high AI rank. He just gets to just go ham. He just doesn't give a damn about what you're doing. Because he doesn't really have to. Unfortunate. No flawless block, thank you. So the AI in this game has this tendency to do this thing where they can block your move within a very specific frame window, and moves that would normally be unblockable may not be. Things like the head hold or the hip toss, nice one. Just dome himself twice in the apron. The hardest part of the ring. All right, on to our final match. Here you have to fight all 8 enemies in a sequence of 3 at a time. Once we kill one, we get to move on to the rest. One tags in. That was unfortunate. I need to get out of here. This is really scary. Yeah, cornered by Luger is bad. We might be in trouble. Razor should be easy pickings. His health is really low. But I see Luger being a problem for the remainder of the run. There we go. So every enemy we kill gives us back a little bit of health. It's not enough to matter in most instances, but it should help a little bit. All right, you're either going to come out here or not, so... Should have just gone for something different. 4 times damage with an elbow drop. Cool. Totally wanted that to happen. All right, I am definitely in trouble right now. Again, I'm just getting flawless blocked all over the place. Like that block right there, you're not supposed to be able to block a hip toss. But the AI can do it. All right, Credit's not dead, but we're pretty much done. Oh, they just gave it to him anyway. Neat. Guess it's because Luger's on the team. Thanks, game. Guess that's my last year playing this game. Elro, sure. We'll go again. That's very disheartening because I kind of just got the tables turned on me, but what are you gonna do? I'll give it one more attempt for the finale and then move on. Sometimes they get like that. Sometimes they just throw the highest level AI in front of you and they just block all the stuff that they can and there's really nothing you can do. It's a big part of what makes the finale so hard. This is funny. It'd be like that sometimes. Admittedly, both Doink and Sean have really hard finales. Like, of all the characters I've played outside of the 2 most difficult, I have the hardest time in the final 8 with them. So, something was bound to happen. Now, of course, the AI has calmed down a bit. I think not losing a round en route to the final was probably a big part of that too. Because that's another thing that raises rank. If you finish everything with like a no miss, they're gonna be pretty ridiculous. Someone? Anyone? So I'm outside. I'm well aware of that, thank you. Down. Alrighty. From the back. Tend to go for Hurricane Rana setups sometimes when they're wake up. If it misses, that's not great, but it's not the end of the world either. Unless they have like an OTG counter. Only a few characters have those though. It's like Razor, Brett, and maybe like one other character I can't remember. But you shouldn't be missing it on those two anyway. I hate it when they do that nonsense. Where they like troll you with like, am I gonna go out? I don't know, do you? I don't know, do you? It's an intentional psych out. These are our final three though for the run back. Dude. Okay, final two. Nice save. If the AI hits each other, they take less damage. So him taking that kick from Luger was significantly more optimal for the AI than me hitting them. It does something like an eighth of the damage or something. It's really tiny. They take pixels of health. It's not very much. Finish off with the tantrum. That'll move us on. And even if not a 1cc, that's still the game. And we still get to see the ending. The endings in this game are some pretty brutal fan fiction. We've already seen the worst of the worst, I think, but Sean's at least has some biting commentary. Plus you get the old Sensational Sherry version of the theme. Thanks everyone for the GGs, appreciate it. The Horde. I love the politician bit. That's aged pretty well, I'd say. Not for Sean, but just in general.
Line here, please.
Sean became a born-again Christian. Has a family and stuff. Oh well. It was going to be time to retire this game eventually anyway, so I'll go out on that note. Anyway, thank y'all so much for hanging around for the Coin-op Classic. I'll be back shortly with some Batman Forever. Stay tuned.